Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back. We are doing a garden tour. I'm off of work. It's in the afternoon. It is beautiful out here. Check it out. So if you like watching these kind of videos, keep on watching. Alright guys, editing me here. So this is the app that I use for my planter. And then these are all the stuff that I have in the garden. And as you can see, each one has a name. So I can show you that I can start with circle number 1. And if I tap it, it will show you what I have in it. And this one says I have peppermint, gold, and I don't have borage in this one. So all I gotta do is click it. It's gonna pop up. And then I can just delete it. Because I only had peppermint and marigold in circle number 1. So that keeps me track of what I have in each thing. So I figure I can go in here, show you what I got. Circle number 2, I actually got the ginger. We had zinnias, marigolds. I had the nasturtium, and if you don't know what it is, like I'm having a brain fart right now, you can just click on it, hit info. I'm sorry about the glare, and it tells you what did you add to the bed and all the information you need to know about what is this sunflower. So even now includes, well, I pay for the services, so it includes where you can complete the task, which obviously I did not sew it inside. I direct sew, and I did direct sew it outside. And then right now it says to transplant, but I don't need to transplant, obviously, a sunflower. That's circle number 2. Let's see, circle number 3. I do have the barrage. No, that's not a barrage. Yes, it is a barrage. Is it? No, I don't know. Now I'm having a brain. Oh yeah, it is the barrage. I do have 2, so one I am gonna remove, and then here is supposed to be my asparagus. But I think this plant is gonna overpower, so I'm not sure if I will put the asparagus if my seedling doesn't die, because apparently I'm having issues with my seedlings. So right now I don't have an asparagus. I mean, that's not an asparagus, artichoke, you see? So if you click on it and you put info, I think it tells you, did I not click the info, and then pops up what it is, whether you transplant it. I started inside, but I think the seedling is really struggling. Right now it says I can transplant as of May 3rd. We're on April 20. Today's April 28th. So it is something that I haven't, but that's the plan. I want it in that circle. But I'm not sure if it's really gonna work out. Circle 4 is the rhubarb. So you see how it's a huge plant, so I can't have too many things in that circle. I think I might have to move the other one. Bed 5 is the asparagus, and then circle 6 is the is the afternoon dill. So there you go, that was circle 6. And I did have other stuff. Here's the beds, the actual beds where the onions are. So that's how I laid out the onions for each bed. That was bed 2, bed 3. I want to say the bed 5 that has the trellis. I did put the seed for the ground cherry, but obviously I'm not sure if it's up or not. All the celery, and then I did put sugar snap peas, but from the looks of it, I didn't have anything grow out. So let's see. Chickens are having a ball. Let's see. Bed 8 is where all the peanuts were. And then I did put carrots. And then, oh, actually, that's a winter butternut that's in the corner of that bed. And then I did sow a bunch of cabbages seeds. The other one that was crazy with a bunch of stuff was bed number 6, which is the other side of the trellis where I did the L for the carrots. And then obviously it's meant for cucumber, but it's too early for cucumbers. And you did see the 2 snap peas that grew in that side. And then I do have the empty space on that side, and it's mainly for tomatoes. And I did put a patty summer squash in there to try it out. Never had it before. And then where else? And then obviously whatever you have, like here's my green stalk, the way I set up the green stalk. So we can do green stalk number 3, which is all strawberry. What I ended up doing is I ended up doing for each pocket. So each green stalk has 6 pockets in each tier, and then I have the amount of tiers per green stalk. So it's all strawberry mixed with marigold, and that was green stalk number 3. Green stalk number 2 has marigolds, onions on the top, and then I did put all bush beans throughout. And then a few pockets did have garlic, but I don't see the garlic. I don't know if it. Don't forget the green stalks came from Connecticut with the garlic, and I'm not sure if it's just that it didn't make it because of the temperature difference, the different environment we're in, so the garlic might not end up growing in there. And then that's it. But I have every single one of them. I have my black bag here, which is the black circle bag, and I had 4 red Pontiacs, and I had 3 Yukon Golds. So it tells you the brand that I have. Sorry about that. It tells you the brands that I have. The potato patch, here is the lines that you saw of potatoes and the things I put in it. So as you can see, most of them were I did have the Pontiac Reds mixed in with some Yukon Gold, some Rosette that came in, and then between that I did put, so here it is, I put, what is this? Cilantro. So it was cilantro. I did cilantro with marigolds, basil with the marigold. I did do nasturtium. I did put the summer patty in between. The early white hearts of something on there. It's supposed to be like some kind of other. And then a watermelon. Oh, I think that's something that Lexton and Bella likes. What is that called? You see? I'm having a fart. Cantaloupes. They like cantaloupes. So I put cantaloupes. And then this is all the rolls. I did put the acorn squash, the butternut in that one little circle. And then I left some space, obviously, just in case. Actually, right here. So what you end up doing is, I can teach you really quick. Just do that. All the plants are in here. If you want to add your own, we can put rhubarb. Not sure what's going on with the dogs. Here it is. And then you just grab it. Oh, so technically you can choose what rhubarb you have, but I don't know what brand of rhubarb I have, so I just put rhubarb. And then you just put where it is, which is right there. There we go. So, and that's it. That's how it works. So I love this program. I like it so much that I paid for it. And then you go and actually they do have the settings part of it where you go in and you put in your setting stuff, your last frost date. This one doesn't have it because this one is in my tablet, but in my phone I already have my last frost date, my first frost date, and all that stuff. Actually, they even came up with, they have diseases, like any kind of diseases you want to look into. And they also got seed box. You can save your own seeds. I was testing it out, so I only put 2. And then task, that's something new. So like today, there was a few things I needed to do. It says harvest onions, but clearly my onions are not done, so I'm not harvesting them. I don't know why it did that. And then it has like transplant. You see, transplant cauliflower, the kohlrabi, the broccoli. I don't use this because I use my regular book I'd rather write it down than anything else. But I keep an eye on all of this stuff. As you can see, it says sow outside. I did that. Cabbage says transplant. All the onions say transplant. So it says start inside, that kind of stuff. So, but I don't use any of that stuff. I actually just love the my book better because I flip through it every day. But that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. The stuff is in each bed. So let's go back to the video. So say hello to the chickies, ducks, turkeys, quail, etc., that are out there in peace and harmony. And we're gonna start with the green stalks. So some stuff started to grow, but don't forget, I am still trying to get adjusted to this weather and this time zone, in this zone for gardening. According to the new zone, I am in 7, which is kind of weird. 7A or 7B, I don't remember. Is the zone that the zip code puts me in. But I believe the zones actually was changed. I think it was 6, now it's 7. So I'm a little off because don't forget I'm from Connecticut, so I'm still off. All of the stuff, spinach started popping up. This I think is cilantro. My thyme has not popped up. Marigolds have not popped up. I think that's carrots, and I don't remember putting carrots there. None of the basil came out, so I found out basil on clearance yesterday, and it has 4 plants in there, so I am going to separate them. That's more cilantro. Maybe I'm not giving it enough time for it to pick up, because, you know, I don't remember putting carrots. That's carrots in there. Lexon about to fall on his ass. Obviously that's spinach. Then we have the flowers over here. Some of them started popping up. Then we have that dumb dog and decided to take out the 2 at the end. And the flowers obviously now are struggling to come up. I did put mint in some of these. Oh, right there, because I had mint. And I have mint on the first one down there. Now the green stalk number 4. Sorry, my herb was number 5. We put strawberries. Don't forget I purchased the strawberries. We put them in, and not all of them picked up. So as you can see, this one is okay, but this one don't look okay. This one don't look okay, but this one is okay. This one looked okay yesterday, and vice versa. There's a plane. I did see yesterday, because apparently it's been raining like dogs and cats, and I did see that my soil had those bugs in it. So I think I have the infestation of the bugs again. I did buy peroxide to put in it, so I gotta let it dry out first. Trying to see if I find it right there. See them? They're everywhere. And I think they ate my seedlings that I put in some of these green stalks, but I did buy the peroxide, so I know that works sometimes. And this one had strawberries too, but as you can see, so this one seems like it's coming to life. This one is dead. That one is alive. That one is dead. Those down there are alive. That's supposed to be a marigold, but I'm not sure if it really is. It doesn't look like it. That one is alive, but that one is dead. So, not too sure. I think the year before I did kill my strawberries because I did plant them. Ooh, that scared me. Deep in the soil, and you're not supposed to, so that was my bad. But I learned my lesson. I did it right this time, and some of them did not grow. But at least I say maybe half. I brought, I think 50, so I probably got like 20 that are growing. Here's the green beans. The green beans are doing great. At first, I did have something eating the plant, so I did put diatomaceous earth in here before it started pouring down raining, so I think it sort of killed out whatever was eating the bush beans. But as you can see, every single green stalk is infested with the bugs. So I don't know if it was actually the bugs or something else. I did put more bush bean seed in here so they can start growing. I did have garlic, but I don't know what happened to the garlic. Here is the green stalk number uno. Same thing happened. I mean, I did get some of that. I forgot what that's called. Bok choy. So that's still growing. And I did get 2 snap peas, but now it's too hot. So I think they're dying. You see snap peas right here. And don't forget, the whole entire row was full of snap peas. So I'm not sure if it was the bugs or if it was something else, or the weather, or it could have been me, because, you know, I'm new here, apparently. Though I've been gardening for 3 years. Now we're going to the big garden. I think I hit the wrong button. Say hello to Sal. Pain in the butt dog. We did finish the fencing all the way around the garden. We still got the bottom piece to do, but we did finish at least wrapping it up. My 2 little flower beds are growing flowers, so that's a bonus. This one is doing way better than this one, but now we gotta squeeze through here because I got all the compost in my entrance. But hello, welcome to the garden, to the Yaya garden. I still got a load of dirt to get rid of, or compost, mushroom compost to get rid of. The blackberries are doing great. No buds yet. We still have a lot of cleaning up to do, but you know, slowly but surely, people, slowly but surely. The blackberry is also doing great, but it's still not flowering. I also have this blackberry. At least it's green. I also have my blueberries. Remember, it had lots of flowers. Now I have little buds everywhere. Thank the Lord. Now we got blueberries. Hopefully the bird won't eat them. We still got to come around and cut up the stuff that is poking out. But this one actually has buds too, but I didn't see it flowering. Has a few buds. My raspberries, this one, nothing. Sorry, but this looks like it's about to kill my raspberry because people decided to, you know. Okay, here's the other raspberry. Actually has flowers, which is great. And this one was 3 colors. So that's the purple one, which is actually with flowers. And then this one is the regular one. That was supposed to be the white one, but there's nothing growing out of it yet. This is another one. Regular raspberry. One of these is supposed to be thornless. I think it's that one. So like all these little trees, we gotta still clean up and cut up. Here's the elderberry. No flowers yet, but the flower plant is doing great. That's the guineas that we got. They sound great. And then here's the other elderberry. So I see green. Green is good. So now let's go to the round beds. So here I got bed number 1. I got peppermint that's starting to grow. The marigold, I did plant it direct and hope for the best. They did grow out. They froze down because we did have to freeze, and now they're regrowing again, which is great. So this is bed number 1. You see those are the ones that froze, and now they're regrowing. These are doing great. And then I'm actually gonna take them out of here and transplant them to where I want marigolds. I did put this round potato bed here, which we have plenty of potatoes. So I have 7 buds. I did put 7 potatoes in there, 7 seedling potatoes, and I do have 7 plants, which makes me happy. I've been topsoiling them, so as soon as I see the green popping up, I've been putting soil over it. Here's bed number 2. That's sunflowers. I got my first nasturtiums. Actually, I got like 4 of them growing. I did pop them everywhere. Never grew them before, so that's exciting. I want to say, I don't remember what those are. And I would have to stop the video to go look, and I don't want to. These are my borage plant. I only want 1, so I am gonna probably take that one and transplant it somewhere else, because it is a very big, invasive, pokey kind of plant, and I'm not sure if I want 2 in here. I do want 1 because it's very beautiful when it flowers, actually. So that was 3. Here's 4. This is my rhubarb. So I had 3 in here, and I had to transplant 1 out because the pot is not big enough for all 3. So I had to move, obviously, that one. That's why it looks like it's in shock, but it should pop back up. And then the other one I put next to the bed over there. I'll show you later. My asparagus clearly is growing. So I had 3 asparagus starts in here. And I also had seed starts. So I'm not sure which one is growing, but I got asparagus. And clearly, because it's the first time growing, you have to let it grow out. And next year I can pick my asparagus. Here I have the dills that I grew, and it's already flowering. I don't know what happened to it, but it's already flowering. And I don't remember what that is, but I did put a bunch of different plants in here. I'm glad that the dill is actually growing though. And it smells like dill. Maybe I should replant this. Not today though. Maybe later. And then here I had grass growing, so I had to pull it. Alright, let's go to the other beds. Here is bed number 1. And this one is supposed to have carrots, beets, and radishes. So I do see a lot of radish. See a few little carrots. And then the beets, I do see a few, but they seem to be struggling because they are yellow. And then I do have grass that I gotta pull, but I'm waiting for it to get a little bit bigger so I can just pull it. The bags don't have anything because they're for the peppers, and the peppers are not ready. Bed number 2, the onions are doing great. At one point it was raining so much that I did have some kind of fungal mushroom thing growing. Now it's gone because now it's dry. Maybe you can see it over here. Nope. Bed number 2. There it is. You see mushroom? This one had a lot, you see. And then it died back because it's not as wet. You see it over there in the corner right here, under here. So it did have a lot of mushroom. And hopefully that doesn't damage my onions. And then here's bed number 4. And then in this bed is half onion. And then I do have nasturtium over there. And then we did have... So I'm experimenting because my seeds for my tomatoes did so bad. I'm going to show you when we get there. that I decided to start new seeds. And then I put the whole entire paper towel with the seeds in there. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so I shouldn't have to bug out that it's very dry out here. But hopefully they'll grow because the seeds are horrible. I don't know what happened. Then I have, I believe it's cabbages here and here. I want to say I think it's cabbage. So that's bed number 4. Here's bed number 5 with the trellis. Here, I did transplant all the, I forgot what it's called, celery that I was able to transplant. So that whole entire side has celery. And if not, it has celery seeds because most of the transplants died after I transplant them. Then here, I want to say I had some snap peas to grow out, but they didn't grow out. I don't know what happened. I did put an actual couple of seeds for ground cherry, but obviously it hasn't grown out yet. And I have to let some of this stuff grow out because I don't know what a ground cherry plant look like. So I would have to take pictures of stuff. And then all of this is the celery. Some of the celeries that was able to grow. I want to say the other stuff, I think is weeds. Here's bed number 6. So here's the snap peas trying to grow, but it's too hot. I don't think they're going to be able to grow. And I think, so I put random, so from this plant right here, which is some kind of squash or pumpkin, and I decided to direct sow it because I'm having issues with the seeds. And then here, since that other bed did really horrible with my carrots, I did an L with the carrots here. Oh, sorry. There was a bug in my back. I don't know if anything else is growing. I had bush beans all around the corner over there. The rest is empty for tomatoes or anything else. This is bed 4, 5, 6, 7. This one has beets and radishes only. So you can see the radishes are growing. I think the beets are struggling because I see them yellow. And the reason I know that is because my cover crop over there, all the beets, that big beet that I brought to cover crop, is also struggling over there. So this fly is gonna drive me crazy. Then I have another, some kind, I don't know if it's watermelon, it's a squash, some kind of squash, some kind of gourd squash growing. And then in the trellis, alright, in the trellis I have snap peas, and only, I want to say I did put a lot of them over there and only 2 grew out. So here comes the bee. It's not a bee, it's a fly, and it's driving me crazy. This is bed number 8. Also had a bunch of mushroom that came out because of the rain, but they died out because now it's hot. And then I had a bunch of peanuts here. So peanuts went from there all the way down here. Some of them have popped up. Some of them look like they died back. So, and then I also did carrots right here because there was nothing there. I also had cabbages all the way here. So you see the cabbages? Cabbages next to the mushrooms. That's the mushroom that grew next to the cabbage. That's the mushroom that grew. And I did have a few kale and cabbages in here that I direct sowed So I'm not sure if it was because of the mushroom compost or not. So here's bed number 9, which is my usual mix that was in Connecticut. But it's so weird because here was the row of radishes, a row of beets, and a row of carrots. I see carrots starting to pop up. The beets here look yellow. The radishes look a little bit yellow. I did put kale and cabbages in between. So, yeah, right here. Here's the bush beans. They're doing okay. Some of them didn't sprout yet. So I guess that's alright. Then I had spinach, but clearly something's wrong with the soil. It's not growing. I did have snap peas over there, also having issues. Here's the onions. They're still doing okay, but not sure what's going on with the rest. Here's some kind of, I don't know if it's kale cabbage or purple cabbage. I know it's one. Here's the transplant of the rhubarb. I'm sure it's going to die back, but then it's going to grow back again. Here I put one seed of each in this little circle where it's supposed to be a watermelon, spaghetti squash, a regular pumpkin, and I think an acorn squash. Those are the 4 that I decided to try to do in these beds. So whenever I tell you it's a pumpkin or a squash, it's one of those 4, including the watermelon. So here's my little potato patch. As you can see, the potatoes are growing, so now I have to put more soil over it. I try to do some cover cropping with some of the seeds of the cover crop. Here it is doing great. But and then here, you see, it's starting to turn yellow. And then in each corner, I did do like a nasturtium or a pumpkin or a squash, and I alternate it. And then all of these rows have potatoes. So, still, yeah, you see the nasturtium. Not sure. And then in each side, I did do some kind of cover crop or cilantro or culantro. And the other one was basil, because I didn't do too good with the basil. So I'm trying to see if maybe it was the seed. But all the potatoes are doing good. So I need to cover them up with either more soil or maybe the straw. Here has more potatoes. And there were different kind of potatoes. So just because I guess this one grew and that one grew doesn't mean something is up with this one. It's just that there were different kind of potatoes. I would have to stop the video. And I think they were Yukon, Gold, and I didn't do any reds. I forget what's the other brand. The dog walked through here. I wanted to kill him, but he's still alive. Here as well, potatoes. Some of them take a little bit longer to grow, but some of them are actually growing, you see. So I'm going to have to make sure that I cover it up. I don't want it turning green. And then I alternated nasturtium with some kind of pumpkin in between. And then one side was, so this side was cover crop. And then this side, I'm just guessing, was cilantro, I think, because I see it growing right there. And then I alternated a bed between cilantro, culantro, and basil. So it will be cilantro, maybe basil, then culantro, or culantro, then basil. I don't see them growing, so I can't tell you. And then I alternated them going all the way down. Bed number 10. Now this one did great with the spinach. It's actually growing. I put beans. I found some onion, that I did do by seed. I only had 4 or 5 that survived, and then I transplanted them and they died. This one is supposed to be my cold crop. It's supposed to be the spinach, the kale, the broccoli, the purple broccoli, cauliflower, and what else? What's the other cold crop? Oh, I think kohlrabies. But as you can see, some of them didn't do too good. This has potatoes in it, but I covered it already so you can't see them. They started growing. Here's another. I think this is supposed to be like a watermelon or something. So seems like direct sowing is the best for me right now until I get the hang of this zone. But at least I still got stuff growing. I mean, if you think about it, we did start these beds from scratch. So it makes it a little more difficult because none of the nutrients are in there. Then we're doing the cover cropping, and the cover cropping is taking very slowly. I thought it would be a little bit faster, but it's not. But I have till June, so it does look more green at least. And then we're supposed to start here. As you can see, I have stuff growing. It's just not tall enough. Like, I do see the green, and then when it rains, some of the seeds like slump down. So we still are working very hard. I did do the non-till on this side over here to test it out. I did that whole entire row just so the seeds can stop somewhere, because as you can see, all my seeds ended up like right there. I'm sure you can see it on that pile. See all that beautiful green right there? Yep. So before I did this trenching thing with my fork, because we're trying to do the non-till, it was pretty easy. It wasn't too bad. I did it twice. It worked out pretty good. It was a workout, but it wasn't as intensive as I thought it was going to be. So at least right now the seeds stop right here, which is not bad. And then all of that still has, so as you can see, all the cover crop, like most of it is like right here. And the top piece doesn't look like it has any. But it's all over here, look. So as I see that growing, I mean, it's not bad to have it here because we're composting this, but technically I could grab this section right here and just toss it so it can actually grow somewhere. And as you can see, I have a lot of stones because we did start this homestead from scratch. This was all woods, and I still have like tree trunk woods everywhere. The only other thing I thought about was do a trench right here and put a couple of pieces of wood just so it can stop. We did fence the whole area though, which is nice. Just so it can stop. If this works, then I'll leave it like this. But if it don't work, then I'm gonna have to figure something else out. And I still have and I tried to do it here too. I did the trenching with the fork to lift it up a little bit and give it a hole, so water can drain somewhere. But it wasn't too bad. You see how some of the stuff is yellow? I think that's supposed to be my actual radish. Forget what's the name of the radish, but it's a big, huge white radish that people use for doing this kind of stuff because it does grow very big, very long, deep in the ground. So I'm hoping it works, but I still got 2 more months before I got to do the actual cutting down. so I can plant. All the containers that are here are basically for the peppers. Now let me show you this is supposed to be the other doorway. So we need to actually get the door. So here's the miserable seeds. I'm sad to show you. But my loofahs are doing good. It's just not hot enough to plant yet. I do want my loofahs. Even if I do get 2 plants that grow the loofahs, I'll be happy. Some of the peppers look great. Some of my tomatoes are starting to come back. But I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe about 10 peppers, 12 peppers. So that's good. I got 1 eggplant, which I'm happy. I got 2 gandula trees, which makes me happy. The only thing that's still struggling is the tomato plants. But I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened to my tomato plants. Yep. So every day we bring them out here so they can get some sun, rejuvenate. I think it was because the light from my greenhouse burned them, but because I was not here to take care of them. But let's go to the orchard. Here's the walk to the orchard. Tomorrow we're putting the grapes on a temporary basis right here, starting from the jugs. We have 6 grapes. We read that I can retransplant them once we're ready. So we're going to put the grapes here because the greenhouse won't be up till like July. So we got to go from here all the way down with the grapes. Next to the apples. The apples, they all look great. Lexton sprayed them the other day. To make sure no bugs are eating them, which is awesome. And actually, no, the grapes are not going to go down because they're not even budding while they're in the containers. So the guy wants us to bring him back the grapes. Let's see. This one has had a bunch of flowers, and I see a bunch of pears. Is this pears or apples? Apples. So it seems like everything is doing great. That's an apple. The only thing we did get a refund, not a refund. We did get a. These are the peaches. We did get the navels. We did get 1 out of the 2. That one is coming in the mail. They gave us a new one. We're not sure why it died. My guess is we probably took too long to put it in the ground. But everything else looks fine. So the thing is, our grapevines are supposed to go here, but we have, that thing. You see it? I'm sure you see it. And our contractor cannot get here to like past May. So since he can't be here past May, we have to work around it. So here is the pomegranate, which still does not look good. The pawpaw tree, that one is growing leaves. So my guess is that one's got to be okay. That is the fig, and it looks like it's doing fine. Also, our contractor is coming to level all this stuff out, because all of this is not leveled. So he's renting a machine to level everything out. It's becoming very dangerous for Campbell to be walking and everything is not leveled. So he's coming to remove all the debris, not the big chunks. We're keeping those for need, if we need to use it for something. And technically, Once he removes that, then he's gonna get the machine where it's gonna level everything and everything between the trees. Hopefully he won't kill my trees, because I will kill them. Those are the cherries. I haven't seen flowers in the cherries or this. What is this? This is a plum. So I didn't see no flowers in the plum either. Those are the peaches. No. Oh yeah, the peaches. This is the one that was sick. And check it out. We got our first peach. Nice. Nice. I gotta tell Lex, then we got our first peach. Let's see. He did spray it because that one was infested. We sprayed it with neem oil and a bunch of other stuff neem oil and peppermint and all this other stuff just to get rid of the infestation. This one has one too. Actually, I think we would have to respray. But 2 peaches, not bad. All right. So we don't have any other update besides our contractor coming to clear up some of the brush over here, make the ground level here and behind the house, because none of that is leveled. All the other stuff, all these trees right here, we're keeping as a barrier for right now. It's good to have for whenever we need to do something. So I'm thinking, since I have so many trees, is build something where the cover crop is at, where the seeds are like flowing down, is maybe to build something with a few of these trees and not have that slump anymore. But that's me thinking. I don't even know if that's gonna work. So we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed the tour. It's about 45 minutes long. I'm sorry if I don't seem like I'm up to it. I was sick for the past 2 weeks with some kind of head cold. I don't know what it was. Went to Connecticut and got sick. Came back home and I'm still sick. But had a very bad cough. So I'm just fighting it through. And also, every time I do these videos, I record these long videos. And next thing you know, when I try to upload it don't upload. So, hope this one uploads. But God bless. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up. And I will check you guys on the next one. Bye.